I had shurikens when I was younger, like
Really?
actual shurikens. Yeah.
I had a friend who had a morning star.
That's so weird. I have like a lot of weapons because I grew up with two brothers that were really into martial arts. Like we got swords on the wall. We've got kukuris. We've got all kinds of hunting knives. We've got shurikens. No, seriously, we've got kunai. We've got all kinds of different weapons.
What kind of martial arts? Like, did they actually do like courses and stuff?
I did. My brother. I mean, we were all trained by this one guy for a little bit.
Nice.
Who's like he was really into Muay Thai. He like,
oh, Muay Thai. Muay Thai is awesome.
That was his main thing, but he experimented with all different kinds of things, all different types of arts.
Mm-hmm.
Like he even taught us like how to forge a little bit. Like it's crazy. Like he was like a cool like mentor. Like
dude, that's dope.
Straight out of like Middle Earth or something.
No, my dad's been fucking with that. He's been collecting beer cans, and then you can melt them down and get the solder off, and then you can or just any kind of can, and you use aluminum, and then you can make like shapes out of it and stuff like that.
Most important thing, air from the bottom. It gets things way hotter.
Right,
That's the one thing I learned. Oh, and also don't stand too close to it because I have like. It's weird, like the railroad spike landed right on the end of my jeans, and it burned like a perfect hole through it. And I was like, I'm glad that didn't touch my skin because it would have eviscerated.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a leg anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like
wild.
It's like a cartoon, like Willy Coyote, just like pew, like jumps through the wall.
So you know some Muay Thai?
No, I don't know Muay Thai because I didn't learn Muay. I didn't really learn that much from him. He was training my me and my brothers for a little bit, and then my older brother was like, I want to get serious, and he's like, okay, I'm just gonna mainly train you. And we were a little salty about it, but we're like, okay, that's fine because like he was training me. He was teaching me the blade. He was teaching my little brother.
What's that voice?
It's just like the stereotypical like. You can't really say I was learning how to sword fight without
saying. I studied the blade.
I studied the blade. My little brother was learning like bow staff and
now
stuff
the
like
barbarians
that.
are at the gate.
You
come to me.
In an actual course, I actually took Hapkido. I don't know if you know what that is. It's kind of like it's like lesser. It's like a
combination of
it's like it branches off like from Taekwondo and Aikido and it's like Korean based like
gotcha.
It's like South Korean based. It's like only like 80 years old or something like that.
Right.
And I took that for a few years or stuff like that.
I really want to fuck with jiu-jitsu because I have a wrestling background. Yeah. And like jiu-jitsu is really fucking dope.
I can't get into the groundwork stuff. I know how to escape from it now.
Sure.
I don't like.
I was gonna say I want the basis so I can like do amateur UFC fighting because like I have a really strong wrestling background, so I have my like grapple game really well, and I have a ground game. But I need to work on my boxing still. I did a little bit of boxing.
I wish I could do boxing.
I know.
I wish.
You're tall, man.
I could be like an outboxer if like I practice and like train, but like.
The thing is, I luck out in the sense that I'm really dense, but I'm also really tiny.
Yeah.
So it's like I have like the height advantage. Essentially.
I'm
5'7".
Okay. Yeah.
Hajime no Ippo.
Right. I'm basically Little Mac. Like literally, like I'm the same build as Little Mac.
Yeah. That old mentor I was talking about, he said like the perfect fighter would be about like I think he was like 5'5" with like spaghetti noodle arms and like kind of heavy set. So like you can't really grab him anywhere, and he's like kind of short.
I'm telling you, man, wrestling season. It was like my first year wrestling, I was 132, and that was the weirdest weight class. Because, 132 to 145, you're going to find the weirdos because you have people like me who are, like, dense and can dense, like, shorter people. And then you have really tall rails, right? Like, you have people who are, like, 6 foot and weigh 145 where they're just, like, completely skinny. You can just pick them up and just throw them over your head.
Yeah.
And they have no control of their, like, body.
At me.
Once you get to 152, that's when you start getting people who are, like, comfortable. You're, like, 5'9" people who are just dense. And that's why I had to worry about my weight a little bit, was because it's, like... I can get heavy when I want to. Like during football season, I weigh like 180, you know. Oh. So it's like during wrestling, I dropped to 132 because I'm like, I want to wrestle kids, not.
That's a 50-pound drop. Oh, that's crazy.
I wasn't healthy. But yeah, I want to box and I want to do jiu-jitsu, so I have a really solid ground game. Maybe do some Muay Thai so I can get that like grapple game, just demolishing people.
I thought Muay Thai was mainly elbows and like knees.
But it's striking, but you can get grapple Muay Thai. And then so you have someone in, and then you're just, it's in his elbows and shins and knees. You're in there, and they can't. If you're fighting someone who doesn't know how to defend against Muay Thai, they're screwed. Because you can clinch like crazy, and you can demolish them.
My buddy texted me just the other week, and he was like, "Dude, let's take a what's it called, Krav Maga over the summer."
I want to do Krav Maga.
I was like, "That's the one I want to do next," because Aikido is like solely like you can't compete with it because it's solely an actual like self-defense martial art.
Yep.
Like, it's like
same with Krav Maga.
Yeah, it's all reaction.
Yeah, but no, but Krav Maga is like it's so defensive. It's like hard offensive in the way where it's like
it's about the counter strike. It's about so Krav Maga. All martial arts are like this, but Krav Maga specifically, it's a philosophy over an actual like martial arts style.
Yeah,
and that's actually it's debated. There's so many cool sociological studies about the Israeli people and the Israeli military that Krav Maga, since they all learn it as part of like it's the Israeli martial art, which has a cool ass background.
Is that the Green Berets? Am I getting that right? No, what are they? I'm trying to remember. The Green Berets is the U.S.
Yeah, the U.S.
Yeah.
There's
a great documentary on Netflix called 2 Weeks in Hell. That's great.
Yes. But it was literally Krav Maga was invented by like a Polish Holocaust survivor, and he invented it while he was in Europe. Still, he was a professional boxer and wrestler in like Poland, and he invented it because he wanted a defense system because he was like, we're tired of getting beat up. Like, it's like the Holocaust is a massive disaster, but it was like, if you're a grown man and there's someone coming at you, like people are bullying you on the streets, like before like the Nazis were rounding up with guns, people in general were harassing the Jews. So he's like, you need to learn to defend yourself. You can't play victim all the time. You have to fight back. So he was like, he taught them like boxing, he taught them wrestling, and then he made Krav Maga. So it's all about like literally the first part of any Krav Maga encounter is assessing your surroundings.
Yeah.
And if you realize you won't win the fight, escape.
Yeah.
Like literally part of it is cardio training to be able to run as fast as possible because it's like if this dude's 3 times your size, you're not gonna get it. Just run. Like just get things out of your way, and then it's like it's all about countering and defeating your enemy. It's like, oh, this dude's coming at you, take out his kneecap, gouge out his eyes, punch him in the throat, and that's why there's actually a schism, I guess, inside of the art because half the people are like, I want to do a competition, I want to be able to do this casually, and other people are like, you can't physically do this casually, you need to be able to like, it's about like murder, like if there's a pencil nearby, you can use that pencil and gouge out their eyes because it's about survival.
That's
why
I want to go from Hapkido to it, because for the most part Hapkido is like that. It's like, because like at basic level, it's like even day one, it's like, okay, we want you to leave here like somewhat better than most average people. We're going to teach you how to just escape and get out of there. Like literally there was a time where we went to class one time and he's like, all right, we're going to have this class outside, and he took us up against a brick wall and he trained us all how to, like, if you were thrown up against the wall, a stereotypical bully has your collar, how to like shift your weight and slam their head into it and like use your surroundings. That's why like it's not until later parts of Hapkido where it's like you have to be offensive to be properly defensive. That's not until much later. From what I have understanding, Krav Maga like does that at a much earlier point.
100%.
And it's like, even though Hapkido is like everything is fair game, it's not for competition, it's for survival and your well-being. Krav Maga is just like a little bit more offensive. And now that I understand like how martial arts works and a flow to it, I want to like advance onto that.
No, for sure. It's definitely something worth investing in because it's like it's personal like building like and the philosophy behind it like that's why I always like I give a lot of credit, I guess, to martial artists, whatever, because you're not just adopting a fighting style, you're adopting a philosophy in your life, or you're like karate, like Tai Chi is all about flow and finding energy and being able to like find body parts.
100%. If you watch me open doors from now on, you'll see I open them mainly with my fist, or like I like kind of like hit them hard, because I've only ever since I was little, I was my old mentor was like, everything's an opportunity to make your knuckles stronger. Like, and that's literally how I do it. Yeah. And I'm always self-conscious that people will pick up on it, but I guess now that it's live on
never noticed that until now. Wow. All right, well, solid wrapping point.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna keep this one. Let's see. There's some good stuff in there.
We should listen back to it.
For sure.
Take notes. Vote one of us off the island.
Right. Thanks for joining us for the inaugural Cattle Prod podcast. If you were watching this, leave a comment or just feel free to hit us up at our Twitter account, which we'll make soon. And feel free to leave us any comments or anything you want to talk about later. But until then, thanks for watching, or thanks for tuning in, I guess.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye.